video I'm going to be reviewing a Samsung Galaxy S2. It's probably one of the fastest and best phones on the market, and we're just going to take a look at it now, take a look at the hardware and the software of the phone. First off, you're greeted by a 4.3-inch Super AMOLED Plus screen with a resolution of 480 by 800. The screen itself is very great. It has Gorilla Glass, so you know it's very strong, with 16 million colors. At the top here we got a 2 megapixel camera with the Samsung logo. We got the speaker grill with the light sensors right here. At the bottom we have a menu button, back button, and we got a physical button here which is for the home button. At the side we have the volume rocker and a little hole there to put your lanyard in. At the top you have a 3.5mm headphone jack with another microphone. Here we got a lock button. You could also use this to turn your phone on and off. And at the bottom you got a micro USB port with another microphone. On the back we have speakers. When you lay it flat down, it doesn't really muffle it that much, but it does muffle it a little bit, but you can still hear it very clearly. At the back we have a 8 megapixel camera with a LED flash, and the cameras can record up to 1080p. I have some video footage somewhere on my channel, so you could go check that out. The specs of the phone: it has a 1.2 gigahertz dual-core processor. It has 16 gigabytes of internal memory. It's running Android 2.3, the latest. It has Wi-Fi N. It's got DNLA support, so you know it's going to be future-proof. Now we're just going to take a look at the actual software itself. First off, we're just going to be looking at the notification bar. And from the notification bar you could turn the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, sound and auto rotation on and off, and all your notifications come up right here, as you do with any Android phone. When you're scrolling across the home screens, it's very fast. There's no lag when you're scrolling across. You could do the pinch to zoom gesture, which works very well and very fast. And from here you could add home screens. You could add up to 7 different home screens. And if you want to get rid of any, you just drag them and drop them down here. And you could also move them around, so if you want to change around the home screens you could easily do that without a problem. And another thing I want to show you is some of the widgets. Let's get rid of that. Supposed to open up the weather widget, and if you hold it, you could then resize the weather widget to anything you want. So if you want it 2x2 at the top or at the side, you could easily do that. This doesn't work with every single widget, but it works with some of the pre-installed widgets that you get included in the phone. Another thing I wanted to show you, an easy way to scroll across is to tap here and just to scroll across. It has this nice kind of 3D animation as you're scrolling across, which looks very nice. You could also do this in the main menu as well. Very fast to scroll across. And another thing I wanted to show you was the lock screen. So to unlock the phone, you have a screen here, and what you do is just swipe it up and you can easily unlock it easily like that. Pretty simple to do. And while you're playing music, for example, you do have like a little bar here that you can skip through different songs and pause and play your music from the home screen, which is very nice. And we're just going to talk about the call quality itself. The call quality is fine. When I tested it multiple times, the other person on the other line could hear me very clearly. I didn't experience any drop calls or anything like that. Everything runs smoothly. And as for the screen itself, the screen is probably one of the best looking screens I've tested so far, or had the chance to see. The colors are really nice, but it's not the highest resolution screen out there. Like the Sensation has a higher resolution screen, but the colors on the screen look very nice. And the battery, we're going to take a look at. I've tested it. The maximum battery life I've got out of this is 34 hours. Maybe I could have got a little bit more out of it, but with medium use you could get about 34 hours. With heavy use you might get about 30 hours, just depending on how you use it. but that's the battery life that I've got when I've tested it. The battery life on it is very good. You won't have to worry about it not getting you through the day. It will definitely get you through the day, no problem. Okay, the next thing I'm going to be taking a look at is the camera. The camera on it is very nice. Like I said, it has an 8 megapixel camera, and it also has a front facing 2 megapixel camera. The front facing camera on it is very nice, very clean images. You just tap that to switch to the front facing camera. You have flash, and you got settings here as well. In the settings, you got a bunch of different features you could go through: self shot, flash, scenes, focus, timers, the resolution. This is the maximum resolution that you can get on it, which is very high. Got white balance, outdoor anti-shake, blink detection. There's a bunch of different features that comes with the camera, and you just use that to take the picture. So you can take a picture, it takes it and then saves it to your gallery. And to switch to the video, you just swipe the changes over. These are all the different settings that you get for it, and you could record up to 1080p, which is here. You could also scale it down to 720p if you don't want to use up too much memory. And you could also turn flash on and off if you want it on, if it's dark or anything like that. Next thing we're going to be going through is the internet browser. I'm just going to get a site loaded up. This is the keyboard on it. I have used the keyboard, and keyboard's very nice. It's easier to type on, but for me, I don't really like it. I use the gingerbread keyboard that I downloaded from the marketplace. It's a better alternative, and it just works a little bit better. Let's get a site loaded up. Let's get up Engadget. Loads up the mobile site. As you can see, when you're scrolling, it's very fast, and it has this kind of bounce when you get to the top to show that it's at the top of the page. Pinch to zoom works fine as well. Just wait for the site to load up. Like, the internet on it is very fast. It's not slow when it's loading the page or anything like that. Pinch to zoom works fine. You could do the gesture controls, so you could zoom in and out like that. It works very fine, very smoothly, and it handles flash videos just fine. You can see scrolling is blazing fast, no problems with it there. Just gonna try get another site loaded up. Let's go to Google. Let's try get YouTube loaded up, see how flash loads on it. You see it says blazing fast when it's loading up. Let's get to the desktop site. And it loads it up just fine. Flash video starts playing straight away. You can see you can still scroll very fast, and you can still pinch to zoom. Whoops. Still pinch to zoom in and out very fast, and it shows the advert up and everything. Another thing I wanted to show you, just how some flash games work in it. So I'm just gonna see if we can get one loaded up. Just double tap. There we go. And this, all you have to do is just tap the screen. Works very well. Just works smoothly on the Galaxy S2. There's no lag or anything like that. It just works perfectly fine. Some more things I wanted to show you was the hubs. Samsung has some hubs on the phone. They've got music, read and gamer hub. It's gonna go into music hub. From here you could buy different songs and different albums and stuff. So if you find one and you want to buy it, you can listen to it. You can listen to it before you buy it, and then you could just buy it for 99p, or depending on where you're from, the currency might be a bit different. But you could just tap on it, listen to it, or you could just buy the whole album at the top. and it just downloads it straight to your phone. I just want to take a look at the Reader's Hub. I'm just going to try load up a newspaper. I'm not going to update it. I downloaded one already. This is the newspaper and how it looks. It looks exactly like the newspaper. You could zoom in to view the stories. You can still see the text very clearly, and you could just swipe, zoom out and swipe across to get over and switch the pages, or you could just tap here to go across. These are saved into your phones. You could get a bunch of different newspapers. You could just pick the country that you want and just view the newspapers that you want to get, so you don't really have to have a newspaper anymore. And you could also do the same for books and magazines. And we also have Gamers Hub as well. Here they've just got us some applications, social games and premium games. The premium games are essentially the games that you get from the Game Loft, but from here you could like try them before you buy them. So if you wanted to try any of these games, you could try them out and then buy it after. I'll do another separate video on this showing how games run on the Samsung Galaxy S2 as well. Another cool application that comes pre-installed on the phone is voice commands. From voice commands you could say commands straight to your phone, whether to send a text message or to make calls, and it just does it. Let's just do a quick demonstration. Search Google YouTube. So what it's going to do is going to search on Google for YouTube, and it does that straight away. Works perfectly fine. You could do the same for pretty much anything, to send text messages, call people or anything like that. It works completely fine. Another thing I want to show you was the FM radio. It does have an FM radio, so you can listen to your radio, no problems, and it works surprisingly well. Doesn't seem to be like fuzzy or anything, seems to be pretty clear. We're going to take a look at another pre-installed application. Is Task Killer that Samsung put in there. It's just so you could kill applications that are running in the background. So say for example we've got email and music, we could just exit it and it just closes it up, and at the same time it's freeing up more RAM, so you have more RAM to use for other applications and stuff like that. Also you could uninstall all your downloaded applications, and it shows your storage as well. So it's a nice little Task Killer app that they've included. Another cool thing I wanted to show you that comes pre-installed is Video Maker. It's a little video editing program that Samsung made. Let's go for home video, apply, and then you input all the video and images that you want and music. So I'm not going to add any music, just this video clip. Click done, and then from here it kind of added a background in, and you could trim the video. So you select exactly where you want to trim it, and you could trim it. You could have a split the video as well, so you just select there, we want to split it, and divides it into two. And from here you could pick different effects. You got fade, wheel, wipeout, bars, circle. You got a bunch of different effects, and here you could add in a blur, negative. You could sharpen the image. You know, just some basic editing features that you would expect in a video editing app. It works great. After this you could render it out. It's all done on the phone. Does it pretty fast. Another pre-installed application I want to show you is a photo editor. It's a simple picture editing program that they've included. Just gonna load up a picture. Okay, so once you get the picture loaded up, you have different options at the top and at the bottom here. So you could choose to rotate the picture. It does that real quick. You could crop it so any size you want. So if you don't want the whole picture, you could just keep what you want. You've got different tools. You could add sections. Down here you could change the colors, the saturation, the brightness, the contrast. You could also change the effects, so you could add different effects. You could add blurs. You could change how much blur you want it to be, and it does that. You could add the ghost, you could add speed. You know, there's just a bunch of different effects you could go to, and after you finish that you could save the image to your phone and then do whatever you want with it. So it's just a simple little picture application that they've included. Okay, just to round up, the phone itself is pretty light. It's the slimmest phone in the world. When you hold it in your hand, it feels very light and it feels great. Um, you may be deciding whether you want to get this phone or the HTC Sensation. Um, Both ones have the same processor. This one has a little bit more RAM and more memory, but it's down to whether you prefer the design of this phone and whether you prefer TouchWiz 4.0 or HTC Sense UI. But if you're looking for a well-built phone, a phone that's light, slim, and blazing fast, this may be the phone for you. That's about it. Don't forget to leave your comments below. I want to know what you think of the phone. If you're getting this phone or the Sensation, just leave your thoughts below. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And that's about it. Thanks for watching.